Work management platforms. Ugh, endless onboarding, IT bottlenecks, admin requests. But what if things were different?
We found love in an open space.
Monday.com is different. No lengthy onboarding. Beautiful reports in minutes. Custom workflows you can build on your own. Easy to use prompt-free AI. Huh. Turns out you can love a work management platform. Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
Welcome to the RuPaul's Drag Race Recap Show for Season 17, Episode 8, titled The Wicked Wiz of Oz, the Rusical. My name is Joe Batanz, and I am joined, as always, by one brainless and heartless coward. Please say...
They are bottoms together tonight.
To Mr. Nathan Patrick Brown. Hello, Nathan.
Yeah, hello. Hi.
Hello.
Brainless, heartless, and a coward?
Yeah, I shouldn't even say that because last week in the Patreon version, not in the public feed, I forgot to put clip 0 in, so it's just us sitting there for like... and it was, what's weird, too, is it was a really long clip 0, because I know what clip 0 is. I know what it is, you know? And then I put it in post, and it was a really long one, so I like waited like 4 seconds, and it was a whole thing. Anyway, speaking of... God, Jesus Christ, I can't even remember now. What did we talk about in Just Between Us Girls?
You just did a spot-on impression of Lexi's Gilbert Gottfried Snatch Game.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, what are we even talking about right now?
Jesus Christ. I don't know why this reminded me of this story, because these stories have nothing in common, but I think I can tell this story now that a lot of the principal people are dead. But I have a friend who worked in the TV industry. And he told me, I don't know, did you guys ever get the show Mr. Belvedere in Australia?
Might be before my time.
Yes. There was a sitcom called Mr. Belvedere about this like random normal family. I don't even understand the premise, how it happened, because I didn't really watch it that much. But about this normal American average family, and for some reason they get like this effete British butler who had like been the butler for the Queen or something like that, and then he was living with them and their butler, and they were like a normal family. And again, unfortunately, Nathan, this story isn't for you because you don't know this show, but the story was essentially that there was an episode where Mr. Belvedere had to fly, and so they had him in like, you know, Peter Pan style, like a fly system. And something happened and it broke. And Mr. Belvedere came crashing down on the stage. And in doing so, shit his pants. Right? And so they're like, Mr. Belvedere, are you okay? I don't know what his real name was, right? And they're like, Mr. Belvedere, are you okay? And he's like, clear the studio. Right? And they're like, what? And he's like, clear the studio. And I don't know why this Gilbert Gottfried thing reminded me of that. Anyway, Just Between Us Girls. Do you remember what we talked about, Nathan?
No.
Yeah, guys, here's the thing. Oh, I know what we talked about. It was a big Nathan episode. Nathan talked about the shenanigans going on in his musical theater production he's doing.
Yeah, there's always a shenanigan. No one's shit their pants yet, but give it time.
Yet. So anyway, if you want to hear hilarious stories about people shitting their pants and Nathan's musical and trains and planes and automobiles, you're going to want to go download Just Between Us Girls. By the way, I love this. If you're a subscriber, please always send me compliments. It's literally the fuel that keeps me going. I've been getting a lot of compliments about that the show is better than ever. The recap is so fucking good. Rulaska thoughts. We love a lot of love for Larry Flick. Oh, what did you think of this Larry Flick episode, Nathan?
He was great. Yeah.
It
was good.
A lot of all this good stuff. And then, so somebody actually, they're probably going to get mad that I said this. They were like, literally, they sent me a voice memo. And they were just going on and on about how great the show is. so much that they had the voice memo cut them off, and they had to come leave another voice memo to continue. And I was like, oh, this is great. But it was all building up to them to say, please stop talking about Aiden. We hate it when you talk about Aiden.
Oh.
And here's the thing. I'll stop because even Aiden wants me to stop, right? But it's like, I'm just talking about my real life. I just talk about what happens in my life.
Yeah.
You know? But I guess it's boring people. So.
Wow.
Yeah, can't please everybody. All right. Anyway, Nathan, what's going on with you? Anything big? Any news? Anything what's going on?
No. We can just do the show if you want.
All right. So why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break, and when we come back, public feed. Don't get scared. We're gonna come in, and now I actually think with this new like lip sync discussion and then big takeaway from the episode, I think people are getting a big episode. They get a big chunk of it.
Really.
Yeah, there really is. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do all that and more right here on RuPaul's Drag Race Recap.
From ADT comes Trusted Neighbor, the new standard in home access. Through the ADT Plus app, easily grant and automate event-based or scheduled access for neighbors, friends, and helpers. Notify trusted individuals of events like alarms or packages, and set access windows for planned guests or even the dog walker without interrupting your day. Visit ADT.com. When every second counts, count on ADT. Requires ADT Complete Pro monitoring plan and compatible devices. Copyright 2025 ADT LLC. All rights reserved.
If you were fixing your bra straps, fussing with wires, or battling your bra during this podcast, stop right now. You'll want to hear this. Those bra problems, those brablems you thought you had to live with, Third Love has solved them. Their bras make it easy to get what you want, whether it's ultimate cleavage, a smooth look, or stopping your shirt buttons from pulling. With over 60 sizes, including half cups you won't find anywhere else, you'll never be stuck between two sizes that don't fit. So stop settling for bad bras. Now's the time to treat yourself and get your problem solved. Save $15 on your first order with code PODCAST15 at thirdlove.com. You know what makes every outfit look better? The right bra from Third Love. Their bras make it easy to get ultimate cleavage, a smooth look, or even stop your shirt buttons from pulling. They make over 60 sizes, including half cups you won't find anywhere else. So you'll find your perfect fit. Third Love solves bra problems, or what they call brablems. Real women test every style they make. Comfort and support are guaranteed. So stop settling for bad bras. You deserve better. Get your problem solved today. Save $15 on your first order with code PODCAST15 at thirdlove.com.
And we are back. You know what I should have mentioned? A couple of things. The tea is back. So go to the tea on podcast, Apple Podcasts. If you're a big fan of the tea, it's been back for like a month or two, right? Not 2 months, but like over a month. 2 is, we released, I don't know if people remember this. If you download the Patreon app, or you just go to Patreon, patreon.com, follow our show. We released the entire Snatch game for free. You don't have to, the Snatch game the full episode is free. It was up that Wednesday. And starting March 1st, the other episodes will be free, and the new episodes will be free after some time. But all the episodes up to the Snatch Game for sure on March 1st will be free, and you can listen to all the bulk of the episodes, full thing, full throttle.
Wow.
Over there. But all you have to do follow patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia, become a free subscriber. You pay $0. It's the whole thing we're doing. It's a whole thing, Nathan. All right. This week, the queens participate in another performance challenge in this year's Rusical, which is a send-up of a chorus line, along with every iteration of The Wizard of Oz. On the runway, the category is Parasol Shady Ladies, and the girls carried parasols with them on the runway. In the end, Sam Starr was named the winner of the challenge, while Corey King and Acacia Forgot were in the bottom 2. After lip-sync battle for their lives, Corey King was told, "Shantae, you stay," while Acacia Forgot was asked to sashay away. Nathan Patrick Brown, again, a series of questions. What did you think of that lip sync? And did the right queen go home? And you know what the follow-up is, but let's stick with that one.
Yeah, so the lip sync, I don't really know how to feel about it, because as I was watching it, I was like, yeah, it's all right. Corey sort of did every dance move in the book, like without rhyme or reason. So I was like, this is not that great. And then her wig came off. So I was like, oh, Corey, goodbye. But then on the other hand, Acacia was watermelling a fair bit and doing quite a forgettable performance. So it wasn't a great lip sync. I'll leave it at that. And right queen go home? Yeah. I mean, Corey's not long for this world either, but at least Corey has a alleged showmance. So yeah, it was Acacia's time. What did you think?
First of all, before I made any decision about the lip sync, I was already annoyed that we had to hear a shitty Adam Lambert song.
I know, on the musical episode.
I know. I was like, why wasn't it like Ease On Down the Road? Ease On Down the Road would have been fucking great. Well, again, who knows what they could get the rights to, you know? So that's a tough one, right? But so who knows what they could get the rights to? Maybe they tried and it was not it didn't work, right? But this Adam Lambert song, I was just like, ugh. Right? It felt like I was back in a gay club in the 90s, which some people might think is a good thing. You know, maybe some people are into that, but I was just like, ugh.
You definitely needed to have a hit of poppers beforehand to enjoy that music.
Yeah, there is a certain brand of just shitty music that gay people love. And it's not just called musical theater. It's also this like club music that's just like gay people. There are some gay people who just fucking love it. And you're like, this is shit. It's shit.
Yeah.
And by the way, and let's just talk about this right now. Look, there's a certain type of man, and it doesn't matter. It's not just Adam Lambert that has that look that I'm not even talking about his femininity or, you know, like gender queerness and all this stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about just his actual face. That I've seen that type of guy before, and it just doesn't do it for me. I don't like it, you know?
Oh, really?
And so Adam Lambert was never going to be my thing, has never been my thing, is not my thing. But my question for you is, they were all fucking just wet for him. And where do you fall on this Adam Lambert?
Well, I saw him recently in Cabaret as the MC.
Yeah.
And it was interesting to see him without all the glitz and glamour. It was pretty fucking hot. Okay. But then he does, you know, like slowly become a Nazi throughout the show, and that is a turn-off. But no, I mean, I'd probably fangirl over some Adam Lambert.
All right. Like I told you, it's already like a predisposed thing that I don't like that type of guy. Okay, look. You look at this lip sync, and you're right. They're both shit. They're going to go home. Corey's going to go home soon, too. Anyway, it's all the same thing with the Wanna Go Away. That's my new name for her now.
Who?
Lana Jarre. I now call her Wanna Go Away.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. And they're lining them up in a row. You see who's going to go home, you know, next. And Snatch Game does that. Once Snatch Game lands, you're like, okay, I see how the rest of this is going to play out. But you watch this lip sync and you're like, okay, we know how this is going to go. I mean, it wasn't even a contest. And I'm not even saying Corey King was particularly great. She could have shot herself in the foot, because I think you're right. I think she pulled out every trick in the book. And now next time she does a lip sync, which is so funny, because if she would have been more confident, she would have realized, like, I don't really need to do that much to beat Acacia. Yeah. I shouldn't use every trick on Acacia, because now I'm going to need this again against a really good lip syncer, and I won't be able to. Even though I haven't seen anyone who's a good lip syncer yet. If I'm being honest.
Well, we've had multiple, as in at least more than one, like wig losses.
Yeah, which is
fucking sloppy.
Yeah. And then it also fell at a certain point. I was like, is this the longest lip sync that's ever been on the fucking show? Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, we're still in this lip sync? We're still watching this? They must have come up short on time, because I'm like, what is this? It was horrible. But those are my thoughts. Yeah, it was obvious who were supposed to go home. The right queen went home. She was horrible. You know, I will say on a second watch, and I'm going to tip my hand a little bit, is we can bitch about the judging all we want last week and the week before, but there's all this shady shit. This week, I feel they pretty much got it right for the most part. I can quibble about who should have won and whatnot, but in terms of the tops and the bottoms, they got it right.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. So, now let's go to the big one. What was the big takeaway from this episode?
My takeaway is that Rusicals are so much better when they record their tracks to lip sync to. You know how they didn't do that the past couple of years with The Sound of Music and Wig Loose, and I fucking hated it.
Oh, they didn't?
No, it was just that like stock singer.
When they have that one woman who does all the voices.
That one woman, the hardest working woman in show business, and then they just go out there and lip sync, and it just doesn't feel the same. And at least this week, you know, you can hear them sing, good or bad, and like that's an important element to winning a fucking musical challenge, I thought. So I was very, very, very happy that they did that. Because, you know, I love a recording session filming. I love when they do the choreo. Like, musicals are great. So I was very, very happy with that.
That's an interesting takeaway. I think my big takeaway would be, and I thought about this. This is a weird one, and we're going to go on a journey here a little bit. I'm trying to find the right way into this argument here. The musical was too good.
Oh, you think?
The musical was too good. What I mean is, I don't know about the lyric writing, but the actual music itself was too good. And I think there's a problem when it's too good. I don't think it's bad. By the way, I think it was a good musical, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I've done this before. I've waxed nostalgic for the Lucian Piani before. Mm-hmm. But I will say Lucian Piani's gift, and I'm even sure he was aware of this, but his gift was he could write a very catchy tune. Okay. And I don't think this was on purpose, by the way. This is what made it great. This is what made it camp. He could write a very catchy tune, but it was still fucking camp. A really good example, a great example, is Baddest Bitches in Herstory, which is actually one of those musicals that you're talking about where it's the same woman doing every single voice. Mm-hmm. But he wrote all the music for it, and the songs are catchy. You know, the songs are catchy, but they're still shit. But they're so they're so awful, they're great.
Yes.
You know? And they're iconic, and you remember them like the Alyssa Edwards, you know, the Yippee-Ki-Yay, right? But the Bang Bang.
Bang.
Yeah. Like he could, like those songs that he wrote are really fucking catchy and they stick with you, but you're like, this is so fucking corny. I fucking love it. It's so fucking gay and camp. Some of the songs in this Rusical, I was like, this could actually be in a real fucking musical and be good. The Anya's song about the take on the Wiz, that was legitimately a good, catchy Broadway show tune. As was all the solo numbers, if I'm being honest with you. I try to think of one that was there a stinker of a number?
Well, the Monkeys one.
Yeah, that one wasn't great. And the one with that's why I said the solo numbers. I'm talking about the Wicked Witch. The Cher one was corny in the production, but the song itself wasn't bad. All those solo songs, for the most part, were pretty good, at least decent. But that's what I'm trying to tell you is, were they too good? Like, they weren't good enough to be actual really good songs, except for maybe the one that Anya did. But are you going to remember them? Are you going to, like, think about them? No. So that's why I'm saying, like, they're so good, it's too good. The show, it's actually kind of what Larry and Robert were talking about last week with Snatch Game. Snatch Game shouldn't be good. Snatch Game should be camp. It should be corny. It shouldn't be great. Now, again, the problem is, I'm not going to get back into Snatch Game discussion, but essentially, like, it wasn't good. It was so bad, it was just bad. But like, when Snatch Game is done right, like, honestly, booze the girls up before Snatch Game. If I'm being honest, like they did with the actual match game, you know? And so that's my big takeaway. My big takeaway is the musical was good. It wasn't bad, actually. Was it one of the most iconic ones ever, like Lana Del Rey or somebody claimed it was going to be? No, right?
Yeah.
But
no.
it was good. It was solid, but that was the downfall of it.
Did you see they're releasing like a fucking vinyl of it? Like I'm not
Like, no one-
going to
who
go
wants
listen
this?
to this or purchase
But I
this.
would get a vinyl of Baddest Bitches in History.
Oh, you would?
See? Oh yeah, 100%. I would do that. Or I would get a vinyl of well, that would just be a single there. But like the what's the one the All Stars 2 song again, Lucian Piani song. Dun 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 dun.
Oh, Read You Wrote You.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, well, that's
the one
a
that
great
Jay
song.
and I did an entire series just on the one song. I can't remember the name of the song. So anyway, that's my big takeaway. Anything else, Nathan, you want to say before we go to the rest of the episode?
No, let's go.
All right. Well, on that note, let me see. What did I say? Oh, okay. Well, public feed. While you go relax in the Untucked Lounge, Nathan and I will sit here and deliberate the rest of the episode. Okay. But then, like I said, I'm going to curate some good shit for you, and yeah, we'll see you back here in a hot minute. Here we go. All right, after Crystal's elimination, the Mean Girls are really upset to see one of their own go home, thinking she would go all the way. But on the other hand, some are glad that the fierce competition is out of the way. Meanwhile, Susie Toot sticks to her guns that she was robbed in the Snatch Game. The next day, the girls enter the workroom ready for this week's challenge. Corey and Lydia make their showmance official just before RuPaul enters the workroom to announce this week's Maxi Challenge. It's a Rusical, and this one is based on a combination of different versions of The Wizard of Oz. In the workroom, the girls read the script and listen to the songs before coming together to cast themselves in the roles. Susie demands the role of Kansas Dorothy, as do a couple of other queens. Sam Starr bows out early, but Acacia Forgot sticks to her guns. In the end, Susie backs down and accepts the role of the Green Witch, and Acacia wins the role. Later, Jules and Corey also fight for the part of the Good Witch, but Corey eventually gives in, and Jules gets the part. All right, let's stop there. We'll take it in little pieces. Nathan Patrick Brown, do you have any big notes on everything that happened after the elimination?
After the elimination was actually a little bit boring. I don't think anything major happened. They were just, sprinkling a little bit of the Susie confidence in there and like what was to come with just basically the bully girls being fucking bullies this episode. So that's basically what they were building up, and that's about it.
Yeah. I have a few thoughts, believe it or not, on this. First of all, again, this is one of those times when you can really tell who the girls like and who they don't like. So like Hormona and Joella go and they're like, oh, bye. Right. And then Jules goes away. No, No, Crystal Envy goes and they're like, oh my God. And they're crying, and whoever leaves are crying. And so it's going to be interesting to see what they do next week with Acacia, because it seemed like they actually genuinely liked Acacia, even though they didn't think she was going to go very far. So I'm very curious to see what their reaction was.
But they won't be shocked.
No, there's nobody that's going to be shocked. No, they're not going to be shocked at all. No, they even kind of knew. Remember they were talking about, I don't know if you watched Untucked, but they kind of knew. They saw the writing on the wall. Okay, but let's go back to people who are delusional. Not want to go away gloating that she's been in the bottom 2 times in a row. Like, girl, this is how delusional they are.
Yeah.
Want to go away was like, well, now that I've won the lip sync 2 times in a row, they're going to see I'm a force to be reckoned with. I'm like, no, you've been in the bottom. Do you understand that? You were bad at this competition. You are not good at this. They don't see you as a threat. And honestly, Hunty, the lip syncing isn't that good.
No.
There are a couple of times when you could argue, but just want to go away. She doesn't want to go away. And I want her to go away. So now we're going to talk about this Susie Toot.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. I'm believe it or not, it's not going to go where you think it's going. Look, I'm very curious about the editing here. I can't figure out what the editors want us to think here. On the one hand, this Susie Toot comes off. Remember how I said Hormona is with that nerd you want to beat up and bully?
Mm-hmm.
Hormona didn't actually turn out to be like that, except for that first episode. But yet Susie Toot is starting to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to become that. So, like, when I was watching Untucked, for those of you who don't watch Untucked, there was a moment before, because Susie was on the main stage, while the safe girls were there, they were thinking of all these ways to troll Susie. I'm not going to get in, it's boring. But they were going to troll Susie and make her think that they thought she was going to go home that week, even though she did well, so that she would get really mad when she came in.
Yeah.
And there was a part of me that was getting like, oh, these fucking mean girl bitches, right? These fucking mean girls. But then there was part of me, I would do the same thing. And I would get it. Because Susie does kind of run her mouth a bit, right? But
she does, yeah.
But, I watched this 2 times. And I will say, that's what I'm saying. I don't get where the edit is going. Because the way the edit is framed, I can't tell what the editors are thinking, because it's become a Susie versus Corey in the confessionals. And everything Susie says, as obnoxious as it is, either comes true or is validated. And everything Corey says with that stupid fake laugh is wrong.
Yeah. Susie's the modern day Cassandra.
She's the modern day Cassandra. Well, but what I'm saying though is, are the editors what are they thinking? Because like I said, they're specifically showing Corey talking shit on Susie, saying this and that and bubbity blue and I'm this and I'm that, and it's all wrong, 100%. She's the opposite of Cassandra, right? Mm-hmm. And Susie Toot says at one point, that she wants to be the first queen to have 3 wins, and she's gonna, the girls better watch out because the musical theater's, her life, and it's what she does day in, day out, and she's gonna do well. And they frame it like she's a crazy person, but she did do well.
Yeah, she did.
I might even argue she could have won and should have won.
I wouldn't go that far. But she's giving me Rachel Berry in that she's so fucking annoying, but at the end of the day, she's undeniably talented. And it's that sort of underdoggy storyline where you don't want to be rooting for her, but you can't help but to.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this maxi challenge, the Rusical. It opened up with a chorus line tribute to, which is kind of clever, that all these people are auditioning to be in what? The Wizard of Oz?
But they never really specified.
Yeah, we don't even know what they're auditioning for. They're just auditioning.
Yeah.
I had no notes on that part.
Well, I already clocked straight away that Acacia was flat. Because she had the Cassie role in chorus line, which is meant to be an undeniable star that won't fit into the chorus.
Yeah.
And Acacia was fitting into the chorus.
Yeah.
So straight away, I was like, she's shit.
Oh, just for that opening. All right, let's go about season 2, the Green Witch number.
She was good. She was good.
I said, look, she's really good as the Green Witch, and almost, dare I say, seemed professional musical theater. And, but like I wrote down here what I said, like, it's a good role. Why was she so against getting this role?
Well, other songs were catchier, but not Kansas Dorothy. So I don't quite know why she didn't want the role.
I don't know.
And I don't know why no one else wanted it.
All right. Scene 3 was The Good Witch with Jewel Sparkles. That sounds right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of this?
Yeah, I thought she was definitely in the top. I wasn't as convinced as she was that she was going to win. Like in Untucked, she was like, I think I've got it. And I was like, I don't think you do, but good job on a good job.
Yeah. No, I thought she was good. I said this is good too. Scene 4, Lion, Scarecrow, and the Tin Man.
I thought they were pretty good, but this was like destined to be safe. No one was going to win in any of these three roles.
Yeah.
I thought Arietti, from having seen her perform before, I thought she did a good job dialing it back.
Agree.
Yep. I don't know why Lana did that voice. I think she sort of saw Lexi sort of doing a lion voice and she was like, maybe I'll do a voice too. And it didn't fit the Tin Men character.
Yeah, because the lion voice was meant to sound like Bert Lahr, which right, but then Lana "Wanna Go Away" kind of did the same voice.
She did, and I thought Lexi did a good job with that voice, but I mean, she could have gone further.
Yes, 100. So far, you and I are in complete agreement. Scene 5, Wicked Witch of Eastwick.
Oh, but I also had another point.
Yeah,
I did think it was funny as well how they're singing about how Dorothy changed their life, and then boring Acacia was just standing there. And I was like,
how would she change her life?
Okay, so Sam as Chef, I mean, the only reason this existed was because of the Witches of Eastwick joke.
Yeah.
Which I did find kind of clever. So I enjoyed the fact that this existed. And I thought she was really good. Like, she had a leg up with the song and with the character, but she nailed it. So I'm fine with her winning.
I said it was good here. I don't know if I think it's a winning performance. But I think it was good. Look, here's the deal. Unfortunately, anyone who had a solo number was good. And so, like I said, the music was good enough and everything was good enough that it could carry a person. If you were halfway decent, you shined. The Monkeys, scene 6.
I think Corey should have fought harder to not have that role. Like, she didn't even get the monkey with lines. Yeah. And, like, it's not that I thought well, you know what? She was pretty bad. I mean, she had that, like, gravel voice. She, like...
But why?
I don't know. Because she's meant to be the singer, right?
Yeah.
It's meant to be the singer that's completing the sentences of the one that can't sing. And yet they somehow got those wires crossed and they thought, let's put Lydia in the role where she can't sing, but she could sing. And so I thought Lydia, she overshined Corey because she was just... Lydia... She surprises me whenever she's dancing because she's a good little dancer and I never expect it for some reason. But yeah, so I thought definitely Lydia was much better than Corey, but it's not that Lydia should win or anything. She was safe.
Yeah. I thought Lydia carried the whole thing. Corey was, if anything, a detriment to the number. And then, when on second watch, I was watching for it and it's weird. Lydia is staying in character. And Corey is completely just like watching, like she's watching a show. Like she's like, oh, what's going on here? Like not even like acting like a monkey or anything.
Get on the ground, bitch.
Yeah. Scene 7, Harlem Dorothy.
I thought she was great. I thought she danced really well. She sounded really good. Such good energy. I thought she could have won, should have won.
100% in agreement there. And then finally, scene 8, we had a big closing number, but nothing. I had nothing to say about the closing number. Kansas Dorothy.
She flubbed it. She needed to be so much bigger. She was internalizing it too much. Like, I don't want to even say she was like acting for TV, where you're not as big as acting for like a theater audience, but she just wasn't acting at all. There was nothing.
Yeah. It was terrible. And then I didn't have any thoughts on the closing number, but did you?
Oh, it was pointless.
Yeah. I just wanted to do like one. All right. Well, on that note, bring back my girls. All right, back on the main stage, Sam Starr is named the winner of the challenge, beating out a visibly disappointed Susie 2, while Corey King and Acacia Forgot are in the bottom 2, forcing them to face off in a lip-sync battle for their lives. The song, Wet Dream by Adam Lambert. In the end, Corey King lived to see another day, while Acacia Forgot was asked to sashay away. Nathan Patrick Brown, do you have any final thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, just one last moment of Corey being a dum-dum was when she said... Before the lip sync, she's like, click, click, bitch, you're going back to Oz. I was like, don't you mean Kansas? Like, has she even seen the film Tamar?
I didn't even pick up on that.
She's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, she's playing checkers. We're playing chess. The only extra note I had was on the main stage. Look, I've bitched about Adam Lambert and his shitty music and how I don't think he's attractive. He was a good guest judge.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
I'll give him that. He was a good guest judge. Any other thoughts there, Nathan?
No.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Drag Race Recap. Be sure to join us next weekend every week as we continue to discuss, dissect, and deconstruct each brand new episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17. So for Nathan Patrick Brown and myself,
Sashay away until next week.
Thank you for listening to Drag Race Recap. Have something to say? Leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/afterthoughtmedia. You can also email us at dragracerecap@afterthought.media. For more Drag Race and LGBTQ+ content, support us over at patreon.com/afterthoughtmedia. This podcast was produced by Luke Stamen. You can follow Nathan Brown over on Instagram at NathanBrown90. Follow Joe Batance on Instagram at Joe Batance. Special thanks to these expensive tier Patreon supporters: April Pacheco, Astute Girl, Brad Coley, Derek Byers, Doofus Maximus, E. Smith, Effie Wap, Emma, Phil Skit Pony, Blind Suki, Humble Pie, J. Thomas Plank, Kathy Zender, Katie Whitmire, Lauren Eckert, Lucy Carrasco, Luke Stamen, Mary S., Mike Yeager, Nikki Baker, Nikki Pettit, Polly, Poppy Woods, Ricardo Herrera, Runner Brandon, Sarah Yu, Tom Bombs, Travi Cosmos, and Troy Anderson. Drag Race Recap is an Afterthought Media podcast.